hour today. Hopefully, getting better and better. If not, we will improve next time.
Yeah,
So, we have some news again,
as usual.
and I will share the prepared cheat sheet for us, and that's this one. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So, last 2 to 3 weeks, I gave up to count exactly. So I have some 2 week period, and I mentioned 3 weeks. We delivered 57 releases, and apart from that,
Across all the components, right?
across all
Not
the
the
components,
platform.
yeah. And we focused on Commander. That's our UI, API, MCP, and agent. So what else? And today I would like to give you some updates about the chat we introduced, then some improvement in UX. Then we have some better handling of test data. So now the agent is more powerful to deliver maybe something nicer with nicer data. And then we have some live demo of MCP, how it works. So first, AI chat. So the idea behind is that we have in a commander ability that you can chat with entire platform. You can create a new tests via chat. You can modify existing ones, and you can even execute them by asking chat or asking agent via chat to run them. But that's not all. We also now working on the new features. One is that we will be able to integrate this directly in your Microsoft Teams. So if you want, you can trigger the agent directly from there. You can create the new tests. You can ask it to do anything with what we could provide via chat. That's the mission. That's the goal of this idea. And same is valid for the MCP integration, which I will demo later. So I don't know whether
So basically, it it was possible until now, the same, but there was missing piece, which was your own AI agent. So using the MCP, which we'll talk about later on today, you were able to do so. But right now, this is the chat itself is part of the platform, right? So
yeah.
can we
So
take a
in
look?
in the past, when you need to use that, you need to always set it up, and we will do it today, and I'll show you how to do it. But now you can go directly to the commander without any setup. You just create a project, or you navigate to your existing one, and you can use it directly there. Would you like to see a demo or?
Definitely. I'd like to ask the agent to tell us some QA joke or something like that,
Okay, so let's see.
or run some tests or something.
Okay, so for those who were used to this screen, they remember that this is the analysis screen.
I can
And,
still see the
okay, share
our cheat
this.
sheet
What about this one?
better.
So this is we demoed this in the past. So this is the input tab where you have all the data from crawling. We generate the application description, stories, and tests. And I never use and never run anything from here. So what we introduce is this agent chat, or you can use this chat window. I prefer to use agent because that's nicer, I believe. I
Yeah,
hope.
like not seeing our old UI is always nice, right?
Yeah. So, and here we can start chatting. So I don't know whether that's a good idea to start with a joke, but if you wish, we can start with joke. So what you would like to see? Tell me.
So we are right now in a empty first created project with first analysis run,
Yeah.
generated test cases, nothing else happened inside that project.
Yeah. So actually there is we have on there we have the test cases prepared.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so maybe we can ask agent which test cases are available for this project.
Okay. So I'll try to write it in my way. Give
Mm-hmm.
me list of tests available.
I found out lately that your instructions are usually quite straightforward. I'm used to just ask for some stuff from the agent, but
Okay,
giving a command, and this is what works actually.
give me a list of tests available. So you don't like it. So what
Mhm.
you would?
Personally, I don't, but this is the way how you can be sure that agent will serve you what you ask for. So yeah, go ahead.
We'll see if it works.
Uh,
It's still pretty early feature or fresh feature. We are trying to work on that and improve it. So now it looks like it started, and maybe just for those who are interested technically, there is MCP already integrated. So what it does, it just
mhm,
goes there to the project via MCP and collects all the data. So I don't know whether this agent is good in math, but I'll ask. Give me a list of user stories and number of tests per particular story. Maybe this one.
mhm. Okay, so basically, agent can, except telling you some jokes, it's capable to drive the platform through the MCP
Yeah,
server.
yeah. And I can see that numbers are here, but I don't like it. So I can maybe keep asking to do some
Okay.
more.
Anyway, you could do the same via integration our MCP server to your own
Yeah. I'll,
query
I'll
agent.
show you that later, how to set it up.
Okay, great. But right now it's available for everybody just after first login
Yeah.
directly in here.
But I want to show you one more.
Hmm. Okay,
I
which
want to
one?
run this test case one for user story one.
Can we run some more interesting one? For example,
No,
removing the
no,
item from cart.
we can do it. But what would you pick?
Remove item from cart. This is one of my favorite on this platform. So
Remove products from cart. Okay, so I want to run user story two. Test case. This one for.
mhm.
So I'll say run this one. Let's see. I don't know whether it'll work.
Okay, and in this case, it's
That just failed. Okay. Let's see what's wrong.
okay, so this is the building in a public
Just run
that
it.
mentioned.
Let's see.
Mhm. Okay.
Oh no, I don't want to see any details, and it wasn't running, so maybe it's confused now. And I don't know. I'll try once more, and then let's see. Use MCP, and I'll be very verbose. We will fix it
Hmm.
later. Use MCP to, and I think the tool is called Dispatch Agent
Hmm.
to run. Let's see. You can see that we are still working on the idea, and it looks like it's not following the instruction for some reason. I can see the details of the failure, but not in this stream, so I will play with it later. So let's move on. But this is the idea, and as I said, once we have it built, it will be easy to be triggered from here. And apart from Teams, we also working on a Slack integration, so you
So
can
the
run
same
your
discussion can happen inside the commander or via your AI agent, your own.
yeah,
And now it's possible to integrate your teams, and in the future it will be possible to integrate your Slack channel.
yeah. And we will also improve the UI of the
Hmm.
agent, so you can
Maybe
attach
what could be
screenshots.
interesting, the chat is shared for the users because you are mentioned in here. You send the message, but when multiple users working on the project, all of them have access to the same chat to request different needs, address them inside the chat, and make it transparent for the others. So the
Yeah, we
same as the channels inside the teams
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so.
we are discussing it now, how to shape it, and
Hmm.
basic idea is that we will have the group chat so people can work together on top of the one project and see who is pushing it where and so on. So yeah,
Hmm.
so going back to the cheat sheet or report, I'll move on to the next one. May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so the next one is some UX improvement. We introduce labels, some improve the filtering, and then change or refresh the navigation. So the idea behind this part is that probably I will start with labels. I don't know whether we already demo it, but
Maybe I would first touch a little bit navigation because it's just
okay.
the menu.
So I will start with the navigation. So I will share again the commander. And what we did, if you remember, we had here a few tabs you can navigate through, and we felt like for the smaller screen it might be good to narrow it down so it'll be not so
Mm.
uh, huge, eating up so much space, so we made it smaller, but it also had some tabs, so for some people not relevant or not needed, so we try to hide them all. And this is, I call it vibe testing view, where you have just agent and you don't care about any other UI. But what we did, we basically move everything into this menu, and you can then decide what tabs you would like to see and then pin them into the top bar. I will just pin them all. In the past, you couldn't, for instance, have this action available on one click, but now you can do that. If you don't work with the GitHub at all, you can completely hide it. If you prefer to have baseline as a first tab, you can bring it to the top, and so on and so on. So you can play with it. There are also some pre-set up views like Vibe Tester or Power User, and you can easily switch that to see less or more tabs. Apart from that, we also hide the settings, so it's not so busy with so many components, so you can bring it back if you want, or leave it hidden. So this is the UI, some update of the menu. Hopefully it will be useful for you. And that's one thing. And I don't know whether you want to discuss some more stuff
I
here.
just wanted to mention that it just gets time to get used to the change. So I think this is the right direction. But personally, when I was trying to deliver something just after the change happened, yeah, it is nice, I think, and usable, but still it's a change from the previous. So
Yeah.
personally, I'm very sorry for those who are intensively already using the platform and the projects, because this is something that you will definitely notice multiple times. But hopefully, at the end, it will be more efficient work with this.
I'm more optimistic about this because you can easily set it up back
Yeah, in a very
your.
similar way as it used to be. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And if you want to adjust it, you have still the flexibility to adjust it. So maybe the default is not the best for you, but on each and every project, you can set it up
Hmm.
individually. So that was another feature we introduced. So if you have the visual testing in one project, you can easily set it up in a way that you have only runs and baseline. But if you run the entire autonomous testing approach and you feel like you are a power
Hmm.
user, you can do it in this way. If you just don't want to use the uh, GitHub at all, you can remove it and have it like that, so you can
Hmm.
play with this with the setup as you wish.
Okay, okay. There is one item in the list which is scenarios, and I think we've already mentioned that last time, or the our office hours before, which was in some experimental phase, but right now it's
Yeah,
available for everyone, and it used to be called library, and now it's called
yeah.
scenarios.
We
So
have been struggling with the terminology. We keep switching between library and scenario, so let's see how long we will stay with this name, but hopefully
forever.
it will stay there. Yeah. So
Yeah, and
this is the UI on the navigation
mm,
changes.
and
So
other changes and features
yeah,
are hidden in that scenarios, right?
yeah. I would like to go to the scenarios because we also introduced some new, hopefully cool stuff, and that you can label your tests. So if you want to have something like priorities, you can say I wanna add new label here, and I would say prio A, and that would be, I don't know, red. Then I might have a prio B, which might be whatever, yellow. Prio B, save, and then I could have a prio C, and then it could be blue. And then I can assign the labels to individual tests and then work with it. And you can use this also for the filtering. So if I wanna filter out all the prior A tests, then I can do that. And we are preparing, and I think it'll be in a few days that you can run your prior A in a batch or individually from this screen, so you can then easily set up, and it's already available this as your view, so I can save it here as a prior A test and save it. And whenever I need to go to this view, I can easily just select it from here. I will now remove it. And when I need to go back to prior A view, I just click there and hopefully it works. I can see that we might have some small glitch there for some reason, but I will check it later. So this is another new feature we are delivering.
Okay, and definitely you can have multiple labels assigned to the single test case. So
Yeah,
yeah.
actually, I like the label having some beers or drinks.
So even
This
emojis can be used.
yeah, yeah. For instance, this one. And then you can use beers and I don't know what else, cars, and then play with that in this way. So that's it for the UX changes. Probably, yeah. I will switch back to our cheat sheet. So going from this command UX improvements, I will move on to the the next one, which is dynamic variables.
Mm-hmm.
So what we are working on now is that agent is able to use specific data, and you provide the guidance. So for that, you navigate to analysis, and in inputs,
And
you
we
might
can't
see,
see the
you can't
commander.
see that. Share this
Yeah.
tab. Can you see that now?
Uh-huh, okay. So
So from the screens, from the scenarios, I navigate to analysis and I create the variables here.
uh-huh.
And the variable might be, I don't know, address. And then I can select that this variable should be generated. So I would say street address. And then I might have a country, and this will be country. And what's behind, for those who are familiar with Faker, we are using Faker library, so we generate these uh, ideas from Faker, or you can do it differently. You might say, I would like to have some AI generated variable, and then say secu, or I would say German. This is my favorite, German IBAN. So in this case, it should be AI generated German IBAN. Then I should change this as well. IBAN.
Okay, so the changes, it used to be possible only set up the static values, so you could
Yeah.
set some value used all the time inside a variable, and right now they are dynamically generated. So what's the difference from the asking it via instructions or just having such a instruction inside the description of the test case, or so why should we do it via variables?
I think it's more structured, so you can drive it more thoroughly what you want to get. And for some cases, this faker is making it more predictable. Like LLM is still unpredictable. It can help you, but using it here might help you to make sure that you are getting what you really want. So this is the way.
So comparing with the original feature limited by the static values, you are right now able to dynamically generate for every each test case run different values, right?
Could you repeat that? So you can.
I think for the every each run of the test case, you can get different list of the
Yes,
dynamically
yes,
generated values. This is
yeah, you
the
can do that in that way,
use case.
of course. Yeah. So this is the new feature. Again, it's kind of first preview. We keep improving
Hmm.
it and collecting the feedback. So if someone,
And I saw there even the CSV upload. I personally didn't try it. It's quite fresh feature.
hey,
So is it already implemented?
let's see. I don't know. No, okay. I didn't play with this one actually. Yeah, it looks like I could upload something, but I don't have it prepared for the demo, so I don't wanna
Hmm.
now experiment it with it online.
Okay, so the point in here is that you could prepare your, let's say, fixed or static values, but the some list of these values, and it will be consumed from that external
Yeah,
file you can prepare.
yeah.
So basically it means when you would set up some variables from the same CSV file,
Mm-hmm.
then they could be
It
coherent
should
to each other.
be, yeah, fetched from there.
Hmm. Interesting.
Let's see how the users will use it and if they will use it, and then we can, based on the feedback, keep improving
Yeah,
it.
I like it.
What I
Who
noticed,
came with that idea?
sorry,
Who came with that nice idea?
I don't know. But I have one more idea here when I see it. Maybe we
Hmm.
could add some drag and drop here to reorder.
Yeah, yeah, it's already in the assignment, so you
Uh-huh.
can look
Okay.
forward it.
So we are working on it. Okay. I didn't know.
Definitely.
Good. So that would be nice there because then you can have some logic behind. And could I remove these default ones? No, I can't do. I can. I would expect that this cannot be removed, but
Okay,
maybe.
but I think the office hours is about building in the public, not breaking anything.
Okay. Okay. I just brainstorm what we could what we could change or improve. So I'm going back to the list of the topics we want to cover, and from this test data, I would like to move on to MCP. Just quick update on it, because we start building this agent step and all the other features around. We are finding out that there are some more opportunities via MCP. So we keep expanding the MCP and trying to improve how the MCP works to support better the experience from the browser. But it also brings some more and new opportunity for the AI coding agents to use our MCP. So that's it for this section because I want to jump on the live demo and do some setup of MCP in VS Code.
Okay,
Are you
let's
ready?
go for it. So this is our deep dive for today. So most interesting demo of today and the last topic, I believe, in the list.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see how it will go. So now I might struggle a bit with sharing the screen, but let me try. So share this tab. Can you see this tab now?
Depends which one. I can see the commander
Commander.
on the analysis. Yeah.
So this is the project we demo
Mm-hmm.
some. Yes. But what I would like to do is that I would like to show you how to set up the MCP in VS Code. So first what I need to do, I will attach these settings here so it's easier. So first what I need to do, I need to clone this or I need to connect to GitHub. I have it already. And once I have it, this button should bring me to GitHub repository. So this is the kind of smoke test. So I just click on this repo, and what happened is that I'm navigated
We
in a
can't
new
see
tab,
it. Yeah, yeah, it's there.
yeah, in a new tab to this repository, and there is already pre-built VS Code in VS Code folder. No, in GitHub. Where is it?
It's in VS Code folder. It's there.
VS Code folder. We have this MCP JSON.
Hmm.
So my next step, what I need to do,
So
if I'm
every project you create through the Wopee.io platform has this
yeah,
contents of the
yeah,
GitHub
it's already
repository from beginning.
yeah. And what we preset up is the Playwright MCP, some connection to Atlassian, and our MCP as well. So you can
Hmm.
play with multiple MCPs. And what we could do here now is I'm sharing again the tab with the commander, and in this expandable menu, you have a VS Code desktop menu option. So I click on that, and Chrome asks me whether I want to open the Visual Studio Code. So I'll do that, and you can't see that until I share it, but I will do it very soon. So how to do it
But
now?
basically, for those who can just clone the repository from the GitHub and open the folder as a workspace inside VS Code, this is it.
Yeah, they basically need to open the GitHub in a. I am starting with a new window, and it would look like this. So I will skip the magic of opening the window, but it would look like this or something similar.
Are you sharing?
Now I should share.
Hmm.
You see that?
So the same repository as we saw on a GitHub, now we have locally inside the
Yeah,
VS Code.
it's open here. So I have two options, or I have the simplest option is that I'll just go to environment file. I copy it here and rename it to just .env file. And the only variable I need to set up is this Wopee API key. And for that, and in my case, I'm now running the demo on dev, so I need to change it to dev, but you don't need to do it
Wrong
with it.
URL, api.dev. In our case,
Sorry?
you have wrong URL for the dev environment. Should be api.dev.
Yeah, okay, thanks. No, yes, you're right. And then I need to set up this API key. So how do I set it up? So I navigate back to Commander. So I will share now the Commander. And in the settings, I need to create an API key for that. So I click on API key. I click here. I typically call the API key local, but whatever you put there, it doesn't matter. And then I generate this API key, and I copy it, and then I bring it back to uh, to VS Code. So I'm now sharing the VS Code again. This is a bit complicated with the sharing. Maybe we might find a better approach later, but for now I will do it like this. And now I should have all set up. And when I am running the workshops for this, actually I'm running one workshop if someone would be interested in 3 weeks on this. So the magic command or yeah, magic command is Command Shift P or Control Shift V to get this list, and then I have MCP list servers, and I can see that these three are there. And if you don't want to do it in this way, you just navigate to VS Code that I showed you before, an MCP, and there I have this Wopee MCP and I want to start it. So if all goes well, the agent will start, and you can see that there is 11 tools and 3 prompts and something more. So, and now once I have it, I will start some new chat session. And for the new chat session, I just need to make sure that I have my MCP enabled. In this case, it's here, Wopee. And these are the MCP tools. So I will click and enable these chats, and then I will ask uh, what what is in my Wopee.io project, and hopefully I can get some nice response, and we'll see if it get.
So basically, as we started this today's session by asking chat inside the commander, the agent, tell us the list of the test cases in the project, we can do the same in here, right?
Yeah, but I can see that it's already drifting from my instructions. I was a bit lazy to set it up properly, so I will just try to remove all the rest to drive the agent very. Use MCP and let me know about project in. So this is one of the way how to do it. There are multiple others. Hopefully now it will just use the proper tool. So now it's
Mhm.
trying to run the Wopee MCP server, and I will allow it. It will get some response and then run a few more tools, and I'm getting some basic summary and details about what's in the project. So then I can keep asking the same as I demo from Commander from the chat,
Mhm.
and I can combine it with other Copilot features. So, for instance, I might ask what this branch implements, and also fetch the available tests to cover the changes to run the regression tests.
So you mean on top of the source code of the tested application?
Yeah, yeah, if this is integrated to your uh, repository of the app you build, you might combine this and say I wanna top 5 top 15 tests to run to make sure
Mhm.
that there is no regression impact. Or you might say I just implement this new feature, review the existing test, make sure the coverage is good enough, so we have enough tests for these new features, and then just keep adding the tests there, and then you can rerun them and maintain all the history and everything there. And your other colleagues, for instance your business analysts, might chat via uh, via MS Teams or Slack and working on top of the same project together with you while you are coding. So they are keep
Mhm.
adding their test via chat, and you just triggering them here, or you updating them here based on your changes in your project.
Yeah, and we are speaking about the usage or the use cases for MCP directly, like through the AI coding assistant for the individual need of the user. But probably it would work nearly the same when you would have some AI agentic pipeline, and this can have some piece in some workflow can be covered by that MCP as well on the background.
Yeah, you can integrate this with your some CI/CD pipeline or run it in some pipeline on scheduled basis. so it can trigger whatever is there via MCP and then execute it directly from the pipeline. So human do not need to be involved in this, but for this demo,
Mm-hmm.
the purpose was to just show how to integrate it to your standard chat. If you are using VS Code, this is the way. So that's
Okay.
it for today, I think. Let me reshare my
Cheat
list
sheet.
of the ideas, but I don't even need to probably. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You can find more on in our documentation actually for the MCP. We made some extra effort to have it covered, and it's available for agents as well, so they can read it before they set it up. But what is important that you set up the API key for that. Once that's done, and then the rest might be simple. And we are also trying to streamline that setup in the future, so it'll be simple. Yeah. So how do you like it?
Okay.
Last 2 weeks, a lot of changes. New UI chat,
Yeah, yeah,
labels,
yeah, a lot.
improved MCP, filtering, new navigation
Actually,
tab.
personally, I'm the most impressed by the chat feature inside the commander. Like all the UI features can be dropped when you have some clever
Yeah,
partner to discuss the topics around the QA. So
but
I'm very
to be
curious
proper,
about some feedback in that area.
yeah, to be proper tester, I am still skeptical about that. I'm not skeptical, but I'm excited about the feature, but I
Hmm.
feel like we need 2 more weeks to make it perfect.
But at least
Maybe
jokes, he's capable to tell me
maybe
like
for the
it
joke,
worked.
joke
Yeah.
is good enough, but we are still working on that feature.
Hmm.
So it's for the first adopters, as people say. But yeah, we are working to make it better. Good. So
Okay,
that's it
great.
for today.
Thank you very much. See you
Have
next
a
time.
fun with testing. Ciao.
Ciao.